My name is Michael Cejnar and my company is Micropace. We manufacture a diagnostic desktop cardiac pacemaker. Most of the rhythm problems around the heart are due to short circuits in the heart. So we diagnose using my equipment to stimulate the heart and from various areas and mapping out how the heart responds. We can work out what kind of rhythm it is and tell you whether it is dangerous, whether you need a pacemaker, whether you need a defibrillator to shock you out of a dangerous rhythm should it come, or, as is increasingly possible, whether we can burn away little bits of the heart to cure the rhythm. Well, we escaped from Czechoslovakia, as it was known then, in 1970. My mother actually was Yugoslav, and we got my grandmother to write to us that she was dying and that we needed to look after her. We went through the Czechoslovakian-Austrian border. Once we got into Austria, we stayed in a refugee camp in Vienna, actually, for about 2 to 3 months. We had 2 uncles living here already who had emigrated after the war, and so that we were able to get some help from them. So we actually went and lived in Lane Cove for some time, and I ended up going to Hunters Hill High School. I've been a cardiologist and electrophysiologist for 17 years. I set up a lab for electrophysiology, and we were using some pretty ancient hardware, which was quite difficult to use. People were afraid of it because it had about 1,000 switches on it, and because I have a technical background and self-taught engineering background, I thought I can do better than that. I designed a stimulator for myself. I realized gradually that there was a market for this, not just in Australia, but worldwide, and so I started up the company and really ran that as a second business in parallel to my cardiology practice. We started with basically one engineer and myself, and gradually we've, over the years, hired more engineers, more software people, regulatory compliance, so that we are now up to 15 people here in Australia. Micropace has grown to really dominate the very niche market of cardiac stimulators. We are probably number 1 in the world. We have so far sold about 2,200 of our stimulators worldwide. As well as opening up new markets, we are branching out into other equipment, mostly support equipment such as devices to help cardiologists implant pacemakers. Australia gives us a very stable environment in which to undertake business. There is quite a lot of suitable manufacturers and subcontractors that I can use. It has, of course, a highly skilled workforce. The engineers that I have are almost all of them trained in Australia. Well, I think Australia is the number 1 place in the world, isn't it? Is there any discussion about that?